Unbelievable. What are you doing?
I should just be fired. Here we go. What's the paper you got there, Zombie?
The paper?
Yeah, you just had a paper in your hand.
I don't know. Did I throw something away?
I think you did.
That's 30 seconds ago, Dan. I got time.
Those 2 tickets to Paradise.
Shout out a little Eddie Money.
This isn't Eddie Money. Oh, I said Eddie Money. My bad. Gotta let it hit the chorus, and then we can go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight. America's favorite podcast, your Geaux Team. I am Daniel, your moderator extraordinaire of the circus. Down the river tonight, we got Mr. Excitement himself. Mr. Excitement, how are we doing tonight?
Good.
And on the other side of the transatlantic cable, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Zombie Bob.
Coconut water, the drink of the night, coconut water.
Well, you know, I am drinking out of my favorite LSU wine glass because I am the biggest LSU baseball fan there is. You know, I'm the biggest fan of LSU baseball. That's why I'm drinking out of my glass tonight. And once I poured this, Cerna hit a home run. You can thank me later, guys. You can thank me later.
Boom, boom, boom.
Zombie, were you here on Sunday?
No, I was going to ask. Julie and I were in Gretna on the Wank. Sunday, we rode in the Gretna Irish Italian Parade and had a great time. So I did not pop into the podcast Sunday night or the chat or anything like that. I was otherwise indisposed, as I will be. Actually, we got to talk about Sunday night because you're going to be indisposed this Sunday as well.
Yeah, we'll probably both be tired. Chip, you gonna carry the load for us?
Sure.
Don't be too excited over there, Chip.
I'm the one putting
no, you can't do it by
produce
yourself.
up. So
I was going to say I haven't been here on the podcast since last Thursday night. Anything happen in my absence?
I don't know. Did something happen in the last couple days?
That was evidently we didn't get the memo.
You know, I did notice my mentions are a little bit more on Twitter. I don't know why.
Our mention.
Our mentions on Twitter are a little bit more than what they were. G-Moose, did anything happen on Twitter? Anything? No, but before we get to that, there was some happenings on Sunday. But before we get to that, I got something I got to discuss. Zombie, I've been on the phone all day. You know what I've been on the phone all day about?
Produce.
No, not produce. You know, we had some situations going on behind the scenes out there on Twitter, some different things that went down. And, you know, I was on the phone all day trying to repair some relationships, Okay. You know, repair some relationships. And so I was able to patch things together, and smooth some things over because some people had some ruffled feathers, the last couple days. But I was able to smooth some things over, and I was able to repair our relationship with the one, the only, our day one sponsor, Dickies.
Oh my God, thank God. You had me nervous for a second.
We are bringing back Dickies as our day one sponsor. Home of the 15-inch inseam Angry Capri. You can find it at dickies.com. For those who sweat and swear for a living, do so in your Angry Capris. 15-inch inseam for a working man. We know some just like that.
Or person. It could be
Zombie. Either. What's the promo code they can?
Promo code is that one. The promo code is the Geaux Team. You can do Go, you can do Team, you can do overrated, whatever promo code you want to use that one. You'll get the special Geaux Team pricing for your Angry Capris. It'll be $14.50, not including tax, title, and license or shipping. But $14.50 will get you a nice pair of 15-inch inseam Angry Capris. And like Daniel said, even though it's my part of the copy read that I'm supposed to read, if you sweat and swear for a living or stir the shit, do so in your Angry Capris.
No better way to stir shit than with those 15-inch inseams that hit you halfway.
Well, it just provides so much coverage. It just provides so much coverage. So, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer.
The shit falls downhill, and the Angry Capris catch it all the way to the shin, right?
Yeah. So you don't have that much to hose off anything. So
Chet said, I had your back, Daniel. I saw Chet all over Twitter having our back. G Moose, MVP as always on Twitter. Zombie, do you want to talk about it? Or
I don't think there's anything to talk about.
Are we allowed to talk about LSU baseball?
No.
But no, we can talk about LSU baseball only if we fit the narrative that is set by the traditional media, right?
Well, I think that we're not in that much hot water with traditional media.
Yeah, the podcast media, let's just say. We're not taking any shots.
Well, new media. Let's just put it at that. Right.
Listen, I told somebody today, I put that tweet out there. Me and Chip said it on the program. Nobody in the chat during the program said anything about it. We were going. My favorite part about it is people are like, why didn't you do that about the whole line, the rest of the lineup? We literally went down the fucking list, and we're like, that guy sucks. That guy sucks. That guy sucks. Because it was 5 minutes after we had just lost a series to a 3-9 Sacramento State team. Okay, or what was the record? Chip, was it 3-9?
I think they ended as 5-10.
Yeah. It was literally 5 minutes after that game goes final, we go live. And so it's literally essentially a post-game show. And we're like, man, this team stinks right now. But, other people on Twitter that have bigger profiles than we do, they can call the team ass. They can call the team other things. But if we say they suck, we get in trouble.
Well, we didn't say. We said he is overrated at the plate. We didn't say he was overrated at the field. We actually said he's the best shortstop in the country. At the plate, though.
But guys, when we started
tonight is how I like when Milam does walk, hit, base hit. That's how I want Milam to bat. That's how he batted his freshman year. I want him to get on base. I don't want him to try to – listen, he's got a little power. I like that about him, but I don't want him to constantly use power. I want him to spray the ball like he did a few years ago. That's all I'm saying. No one's saying he sucks at freaking – he's a great shortstop. I've never seen a softer group of people, except for Ole Miss fans. That's who we're acting like.
That is a good point.
Right.
So G-Moose says y'all complimented his defense and they just didn't listen. So G-Moose, a little peek behind the curtains. I showed Zombie and Chip this. If you look at the analytics of that tweet, that video was like 1 minute and 10 seconds. I don't remember. The average length of view of that video was 11 seconds. And so I learned today, after Milam made the defensive play in, the second inning, that 50% of the people who watched that or commented on that tweet apparently didn't watch the video whatsoever, because they're all like, oh, he's so overrated. We literally said he is the best defensive shortstop in the country. So,
I'd like to see a little more out of his bat. That's all. And I know Jay would, and he would. No one's a bigger fan than Milam than Daniel Camp. I'll tell you that right now. I know, because I've watched every game with him for the last 3 years. All right. But yes, should we have used a different word than sucked? We should have said sucking.
Well, then people said, oh, they got mad that we said overrated in the title of.
Is it? Because if you listen to LSU fans, he's bad 390 if the way they talk about him. Okay.
Well, they talk about he's better than the best shortstop in the country.
Maybe at
fielding.
Yes, maybe at fielding, but the best player in the league is a shortstop.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
But in the league, look, he just hit it hard. I'm not mad about that. He got a double play. Okay, it's all right. But he hit the fucking ball hard. That's going to fall for him eventually. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna eventually turn into a double or a base hit. That's what I want Milam to see. I'm not his at bat today has been incredible. That's what I want to see out of Monster.
And who can we thank for that, Zombie?
I don't remember if this way. You're this way on me?
Yep. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I thought we were just going to say the Geaux team as a whole. Like we were just all going to take.
Well, whatever. Well, I appreciate the credit being spread around.
Listen,
united together, divided together. Right?
We have this society in general is just weak, and it's crazy. And I'm not talking about everybody, but goodness gracious, dude. If someone doesn't agree with someone, they literally threaten to kill them.
What Chet just said, the last 5 games, he's been the pop-up king. That's what Chip said. Literally in that, if you watch that episode from Sunday night, that is literally what Chip said.
Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy. And then they're the same people that yell at Ole Miss for acting the same way that they just did to their own. It is what it is, dude. It's not a big deal. Yeah, to me, it's frustrating because, listen, these two probably don't care. I mean, dude, I like everybody. I want to be friends with everybody. But, I mean, dude, if you can't be friends with someone because they have a take on the shortstop at the batter's box in the first half of the season, first 15%, 20% of the season, you got problems, dude. You got massive problems.
I just want to say those people out there who were like, oh, you got ratioed, you got roasted on Twitter. They don't know me very well, because if you look at if there was a way to calculate it, because I've actually had 7 different Tiger Droppings profiles because I've been kicked off so many times. But if you look at my all-time like upvote to downvote ratio, I'm probably the worst in the history of Tiger Droppings. So like being ratioed doesn't matter to me. I actually take it as a badge of honor. So it doesn't bother me.
And I hope you liked it. It was fine. Like y'all can lower it. Y'all don't have to like it. Y'all don't have to listen if you don't like it.
I did find it funny that we only got ratioed on Twitter. We posted that on 4 different social media platforms, and the only one it went super, super negative. I mean, we got comments on the other ones too. But the only one where we got super negatized was on Twitter. And that's because it was like this little gang of podcasts and, I don't want to name names, like the big name podcast in Baton Rouge. And then somebody who has a clothing apparel company, like they all got together and they got the Twitter mob after us. So it is what it is. Yep. I'd say it again. I'd say it again.
Yeah. His bat, he needs to show me more at the plate. I mean, I think he would say that himself, including his mom, who told us we need to do better, which I think is also nuts. Sorry.
G-Moo says X is where the super sensitive fans hang out. It's true. It's true. Had a lot of support on the TikTok, though. Shout out to our TikTok fans. They had our back.
What about Mr. and Mrs. Spotify? Have they spoken?
Yes, they did.
They thought it was hysterical. Okay, so you want to know, I talked to Mr. Spotify today. His take on this, and this will be a good segue, Zombie Bob, because I asked you the same question. I'm like, is it just me, or is like today's media, and like by media, I mean radio shows and podcasts. It's like everybody just wants to chum up to like the narrative that's out there. And any other opinion that you have is just like squashed. But like, is it just me? I was younger than you, obviously, Zombie. But didn't Buddy D call Chris Everett a bum? Jim Everett, sorry.
No, that was Jim Rome. What Jim Rome called Jim Everett. What's Jim Rome's name?
Everett. He called
Jim Rome.
Jim Rome called Jim Everett Chrissy Everett, the female tennis player.
Yeah.
And they do it one more time.
You used to be Jim Everett, but somewhere along the lines you turned into Chris. You know, you've been saying that a lot, Jim, and if you keep saying that, I'm gonna have to do something.
I think the Saints had just signed him. I think he had just
that was before the Saints signed him. He was still with the Rams.
Yeah. So then it's like, whatever. But I mean,
maybe it was the Billy Joes that he hated on. But Buddy D would be like, these guys stink, right?
Yeah, but we don't think Milam stinks. Like, that's not what we were saying. We were saying at the time, right now, at this moment, the last year in the plate, he's been pedestrian.
Yeah, but my point is nowadays you can't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
You can't say anything unless the coach tells you to say it.
wasn't this just whole thing just a few weeks ago about pushing back against the traditional Baton Rouge media for not going after Brian Kelly and Garrett Nussmeier about his injury? Like, I thought there was a whole pushback on that. And I thought that if you go look at my Twitter feed, there was something that I reposted, and I'm like, options, options, options. And I tagged everyone that we met at the end of January in that live stream roundtable. Go look at my Twitter feed and see who I've been propping up since we met all those people. Go, look at all our past episodes and see who we've had on as guests on our platform. So, I mean, this is who we are. Like, we're not taking ourselves seriously. We do ad reads for advertisers that don't exist. We run.
Whoa. Dickies exist.
Well, I mean, Crocs. And then, like, when we used to do the whatever gin I was drinking when we would podcast in from England, and this kind of stuff. Dickies is day one. Like, they'll always, have our hearts. But, right. Like, this is the three of us shooting the shit, and we've been doing this for a long time. We've been passionate about LSU pretty much our entire lives. And I joke about the institutional knowledge that we have amongst the three of us. I mean, you two know about freaking LSU football games that happened before you were even born, because I've talked about it. The old man certainly talked about it. Like, we're allowed to have a take. I don't see how it is that we get, banished from the island, and now we're on the island of misfit toys or something like that. But okay. Like, it's not our first hot take. It's not our last.
Won't be our
take.
Last.
It's like, none of this is for clicks or whatever. Go look at how long we've been doing this. Go look at our follower count. We're not begging for, we don't even do a good enough job for, telling everybody to like and subscribe.
I have to remind G-Moose to remind me to ask for likes and subscribe.
We do this because we enjoy it. We do this because we do feel like, now I'm going to say this and cause all kinds of controversy, that we are knowledgeable about what we're speaking of. Am I a baseball guy? No. But, like, I'm shocked that this is, that you're not allowed to take shots at anybody. I mean,
no, you only certain people. So you can say the O-line sucks. You can say Garrett Nussmeier sucks. You can say the men's basketball team is not talented and all the players suck on the team, but you can't say that about the shortstop at LSU.
Derek Jeter, the Yankee captain, the most sacred spot ever. I don't even know who the fuck the Yankees shortstop is anymore. Who is it?
Shit, if I know.
Fuck if I know. Anyway, it's all behind us. Like, we're gonna keep being us. We've been us this far. We're not any different. We just keep doing what we're doing. We appreciate Chance and Chet and G Moose, the Queen, pizza right there. It's like, the tens of tens. Y'all like us, you enjoy us for some reason. But all of a sudden, those that were friendly, let's say that, are now not because of one tech. One take. So,
I look around and where is everybody? Just saying.
Well, the baseball game's on, so that could be the only thing. The baseball.
Well, no, I'm talking metaphorically. I'm not talking about followers tonight.
But yeah, like, and a guy said our inflammatory rhetoric, and I just want to take a note of that. That same person is reposting people that threatened us. So I just think you want to talk about inflammatory rhetoric, Zach, but whatever.
I did have one guy.
All the things that we've said and joked about on this podcast, and now all of a sudden, now look,
you could say everything you want. Don't fucking threaten me. That's the one thing I don't take lightly. And I'll give you a place where you can find me. So it's just, don't do that. Don't threaten my friends either.
I had a guy on Twitter say that he would rather put his dick in a blender than listen to us talk.
Nice.
Well, guess what? You don't have to. You don't have to click on the show.
See, that's cool. I like that. But don't threaten us. Talk about
he had 2 followers and he was following 6 accounts. So do you think he's a real Twitter? Is the king of burners. those numbers mean he does not use that one very often. So that means that somebody that we may or may not know was putting that out there to try to hide it.
So anyway,
Chance says he listens for the inflammatory language. We
appreciate the fuck out of you.
So I'll tell this story. So obviously at my office, it's mostly women in the office, and they know I do a podcast. Do they listen? No, they listen occasionally to make fun of me. That's what they listen to. And occasionally they'll throw burners up here on the screen that Zombie Bob is convinced is me, but it's not really me, but it's people who work for me. And so today I went in the office and there was a group of them huddled together, and I was like, hey, y'all heard I went viral? And they're like, you went viral for what? And I was like, yeah, do you remember seeing that Milam clip? They're like, that? Of all the things you've said on the show? Like, that's what you're going viral for? Like, jeez. And then one reminded me about crockpot condoms. Zombie, do you remember the crockpot condoms?
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that one. She said that one should have gone viral. That would have been a good one. And G-Moo says those burners are me.
It is him, 100% G-Moo. But then, like, what about shit? You just made me the bedazzled butt plugs. We did an ad read for bedazzled butt plugs. We like make it make sense. So
we referenced Brian Kelly killing a kid.
Well, I mean, that's a historical fact.
Oh, Mikey, good point. Don't forget Jacob Hester is off limits. We restarted this podcast because Mikey and the boys were getting hated on for bringing up valid points.
That's why I wanted to come back on. It made me mad.
Yes, that's why we restarted it this year in August, because our friends Mike over at Pot of Gold, they were getting shit on for something they ended up being right about. That Nussmeier, something was off with Nussmeier. But if you don't follow the media, exactly what the narrative is supposed to be, you get put in timeout. So Mike, I guess this is our first time really being in timeout.
Mike and Brett and Grant are that meme of the guy with the noose, on the gallows, and he turns, first time. Mike and them are probably laughing their fucking ass off, deservedly so.
Yeah, so the best part is yesterday afternoon I called Mike. Him and Grant were playing in a 4-man golf scramble, so they had a few. Mm-hmm. And so,
hey, watch how you say that. You might get in trouble.
They had a few. That's the Lilo reference, Chip. But so I was telling them what happened, but Mike wasn't checking his Twitter. And so I told him all exactly what happened, but it didn't really register with him because he was feeling good about himself at that moment in time. Sure. Being a little tipsy. Then this morning he texted me. He goes, holy shit, this really did blow up. I'm like, I fucking told you, man.
Right.
He goes, within 48, we lost Chip. He goes, within 48 hours, he goes, it'll all be over. So.
I don't know.
But there were some people going for the scraps this morning, It was pretty much over today. But then this morning there were some people trying to pick up scraps. And that's my favorite thing about the us being accused. Mongrels? Yeah, us being accused, the clickbait was literally, I posted the thing. I'm like, dude, we've gotten like no views lately. Like it's a dead time of year. I'm like, is this a little crazy? Yeah, it might get 1,000 views. So I just posted it right before I went to lunch yesterday. And then all of a sudden it blew up. But all these people are sitting here saying we did it for clicks. I didn't do it for clicks. Sorry. I just put it out there because it was funny and it would stir the pot a little bit, but I didn't think I thought it would get like 1,000 views. And so these people who claim that we did it for clicks, they're the ones reposting it to get clicks for themselves. And that's what I learned about Twitter this weekend or these last 2 days is it's really the people who call you clickbait are retweeting you so that they can get the clicks to them to help their algorithm. Right. So I was like, oh, this is how it works. So
sorry, I guess did I say something bad about the Jews? Because they like zapped my internet for a second.
It's never the Jews. It's never the Jews.
Muslim Brotherhood?
Yes. We do need to specify something, Zombie. Because of what all went on, we didn't get kicked off the no. We need to say that.
No, we resigned from the no.
Yes. Shout out to the no. They were good to us. But before all this shit blew up yesterday, or Zombie, do you want to say it? We resigned from the no. On good terms.
On good terms. Before all this went down, we sincerely appreciate everything that they gave us the opportunity to do. It's extremely flattering. I mean, this was back in early December when it first happened and when they first reached out. So nothing but love for Chris and Ethan over at the No. You know, it made us do some self-reflection, you know, having that, that opportunity presented to us. And upon that self-reflection, we decided that we might want to do other things. So, we may. But in the meantime, we just said, hey, like, we're going to do what we're going to continue to do. So all good, all love, no big thing. So that's why you don't see the No media scrolling down at the bottom or anything.
Segue.
No comment.
Can we say yes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we've lost a ton.
Yeah. Not a ton. Jimu says we can start our own media empire. And Chance says it was a short marriage. It was a short marriage with the No.
Very Kenny Chesney and
Renee Zellweger.
Yep.
Boom. Nailed it. You know why I knew that? Because they got married when we were in high school, Chip. And the old man, till his dying day, was convinced that Kenny Chesney was gay.
And we were like, well, obviously he's not. And then he goes, no, he still is. And then they got divorced like 4 days later.
Yeah. He's like, I'm like, Dad, he's getting married. It's a what did he say? It's a front. It's a cover up.
Yeah. Why does he think he's because he used to have video.
Oh, that she's a beard. A beard is a cover.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I don't know that.
Yeah. Like if a homosexual male is with a female to try to present as heterosexual, she has a beard.
Look at y'all down with the nomenclature over there. Impressive, both of y'all.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't know what a beard was for a long time.
But
no, but the old man was convinced that Kenny Chesney was gay because he'd be like, look, all his music videos, he's just hanging out with the boys with no shirt on.
Yeah, I'm like, but he's
on TV again.
And I mean, it was true.
He was at the beach. Most of the time he was at the beach.
Yeah, and that's what I used to try to say to the old
man. Well, Sean Payton was
he's
a big
fucking
Kenny.
Gay.
Kenny. Are we supposed to be saying this? Aren't we going to get ratioed again? And now that we're saying
we're already
Kenny,
fucking ratioed. Who gives a shit?
Shit. Now you made me think of what Sean Payton was a big Kenny Chesney guy.
He was.
So
he said that's what he used to listen to the 09 season, crossing the causeway every morning. He'd listen to Kenny Chesney's greatest hits on his way into the office.
You can get across the causeway listening to Kenny Chesney's greatest hits.
Listen, Kenny Chesney's got don't disparage.
I'm not familiar with his work. I'm not familiar with his work.
Oh, son of a
I don't listen to that genre.
I don't either, but I mean, he's got some bangers.
He's got some great songs.
Yeah.
Like
Tequila.
That's a good one. That's a slow one, but he's got some good like. Now I can't think of any. I Go Back. You know which one I'm talking about, Chip?
Like that one. That's the one I like.
Yeah. Zombie, we're going to have to indoctrinate you into the ways of Kenny Chesney. I know you're way too uppity. You're way too much of a Renaissance man for Kenny Chesney. As Queen Pizza said, great songs. Great songs. And Kenny Chesney, as Jimu says, was at Saints training camp a bunch of times.
Didn't he try out as a punter or a kicker or something like that?
Not legitimately. That was like a media like photo shoot deal. But he did dress up in pads, and I don't remember if it was with the Saints or somebody else.
I think it was
a few times. He did it a few times.
All right. Before we segue over into the agenda for this evening, how was the weekend for LSU athletics in general, and then also in particularly the lady the Lady Tigers.
Well, what I said to Chip yesterday is I was like, if these people who are pissed at us about LSU baseball, if they knew what we said about the women's basketball team on Sunday, we'd be canceled for that shit too.
No, they'd have to listen. They'd have to listen, Dan.
Defund the women's basketball program. If you can't beat South Carolina, what are we doing?
Now, wait, where's the rule book? Are we allowed to say that? I'm confused about what we can and cannot say.
No, you can talk. I mean, Mike, if you're still there, help me out here.
No, I don't think you could talk about the women's basketball team in a bad light, even though they do.
I think it's the baseball fans that are the most sensitive, right, Chip? Listen, you ever been to a women's basketball game in the
when you say
PMAC?
baseball fans, so I've been a LSU baseball fan my whole life. I'm not very sensitive.
You know the guys I'm talking about, Chip. You know. I'm not going there because I'm going to make analogies that I don't want to make right now.
They did beat the hell out of Oklahoma. That's why I said, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, they beat the number 7 team in the country by like 20.
You're all right, but then they lost to South Carolina for the 7th time in a row.
Yeah, but that's the best. Listen, I love Kim Mulkey, like we said at last. Like, she's great. But that coach is just, she's the new Kim Mulkey. Like, she is what Kim Mulkey was, and she's a credible coach.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get Kim Mulkey hadn't figured her out yet to be there. Maybe they will in the championship game this year. You never know.
It was really impressive that Chan said that they beat Oklahoma. I don't mean to take that away.
They killed them, right? So, I mean, like, I don't want to.
Oh,
as I said, it's Les Miles. It's late Les Miles versus prime Nick Saban.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's that bad for her. Like, I think if she didn't make the Sweet 16, then it would be. Like,
head to head is the analogy.
You just talk about strictly head to head, okay? Because
like
the Les Miles era, we were losing 3 games in November too. That's why he got fired. He didn't get fired because he couldn't beat Alabama.
I'm talking strictly Dawn Staley versus Kim Mulkey.
Yeah. No, that's a good. That's actually very valid.
My thing about defund the program, let's just move that money over and let's get Will Wade back. That's my thing.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. He's not coming back.
Yeah, I'm a moron who knows nothing.
Okay, wait. I know all about the gymnastics team. Did they beat number 4 Florida at Gainesville this weekend? Yeah. Number 4 Florida upset number 2 Sunday 198.450 to 198.325.
So we lost.
They lost. 4th consecutive home victory for Florida over LSU. Their score of 198.450 was the nation's highest score this season.
I heard home field advantage though in gymnastics. Actually, I really
it was their 3rd highest score in program history. They delivered. Remember last week when I gave my report, I said they're not so good on the floor. Their best floor performance in 4 years. Their 2nd best bar score of the season. Their 2nd best vault score of the season. LSU just has to know everybody's fucking coming for you. However, LSU had the best score on the road all season long. Wasn't enough. So they returned home for this weekend, Friday the 13th. LSU matches up against number 8 Arkansas. Let's go to women's tennis. Thursday, they beat the aforementioned number 23 ranked Florida Gators. Saturday, the 7th, they lost to number 5 Auburn. So they split. Lady basketball, we've already talked about, so we're just going to skip over that. The Lady Tiger beach volleyball.
That's what Chet's waiting to hear about, man.
The Sandy Tigers.
Chet wants to know, how did the tits do this weekend?
They did not do well in LA.
Nice.
1-3 in that meet. They lost to number 1
Chance
Stanford.
goes, is Zombie the gynecologist?
Hold on now. I just played one on the podcast, not in real life. They lost to number 1 Stanford 2-3. They lost to number 10 California 1-4. They lost to number 2 USC 2-3. They did beat suck ass number 18 Washington Huskies. They don't call them Huskies for nothing. Moving right along.
Brutal schedule for the Lady Tits.
It was. The diving Lady Tigers head to College Station, as I mentioned last Thursday night, for the NAAC Zone D is in David diving regional. They only have one Lady Tiger representing in that regional. It is Miss Eve Nelson, a freshman. There will be 9 Lady Tigers headed to the Women's NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships, which is next week, 3/18 to 3/21 in beautiful downtown Atlanta. I can run through it if you want, but I'm not. All right. 6 of these Lady Tigers that are going hold national top 20, top 5 times in their event. Each Tiger relay squad also ranks in the top 25 nationally so far this year. Softball took it on the chin at number 1 Tennessee. They lost the first game 5-0. They lost the second game 11-6. They blew a 4-run lead on Sunday, came back, tied it at 5, but number 1 Tennessee walked them off with a 3-run home run to sweep the series. Actually, today they were in Thibodeau against Nichols. We'll get an update on that. And then this weekend, the 14th and 15th, they host Texas A&M. So that wraps up the latest sports at LSU.
How do you feel about all the success of the women's programs? Zombie, you feel good about it?
Say again?
You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
Yep.
So, anyway. Chip, what did you just send?
Yeah, what did you just send? I'm confused.
Well, you can't send that. Now type it in the private text. Chip's sending us somebody sending some smack talk our way.
12-2, they beat Nichols. Thank you, Chet. The baseball announcer keeps saying the score. That's how I know. Okay, well, we had a podcast to do, so we're not paying attention to baseball. I think we're banned. Are we banned?
We can cover baseball. We can only report the score. We can't give any insight. We can't use any of our historical knowledge. No opinions, nothing.
Okay. So we'll just keep. I don't know. What do we talk about? Oh, let's talk about Zombie Bob.
Well, actually, because you just went, I want to go to Chip. Chip, any thoughts on men's basketball tomorrow, 11:30 in the SEC tournament? Zombie Bob, it's the push to make the NCAA tournament. Will the men's basketball team win 6 in a row?
Is there a legitimate path?
Yeah, if you win 5 games, Chip, 4, 5, 4 in a row.
Now, like legitimate. I don't think any team's done it since it's been this thing. And Georgia did it in 2012? No, 8. But no, you have no chance. You had another guy leave the team today. So
yeah, his dad played football at LSU.
Yeah.
Ramsey Dardar?
Not Ramsey Dardar, who's related to Seth Dardar.
Okay. Cousins.
Chet says no comment on the struggle against a 3-9 Creighton team. Are we allowed to comment, Zombie?
Okay.
I think I'm barred, but you two can talk about it, right? I'm the only one who's barred.
No, we all are. We're hated. I would say, it's definitely the team. The team isn't good right now. Like, doesn't mean we won't be good. I mean, you can't. I mean, listen, it's one of those things, sometimes
Daniel.
Yeah, sometimes, it's just the team isn't very good at the moment, and sometimes they're up 6-4 right now, 7th inning, 1 out. We're at the bat plate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, no. So Chance, I've often wondered this because I've never seen Chance on Twitter. So Chance just confirmed it that he is indeed not on Twitter. So Chance, we posted a clip from Sunday night's episode where we said that Milam was overrated at the plate, not in the field. Chip and I both specifically said that he is the best defensive shortstop in college baseball. But because we said he wasn't very good at the plate and overrated, LSU fan base is overrating him. 137,000 views later, we got a lot of negative stuff our way, and we've been called morons and other things. So
Yeah,
that's
correct.
why I'm not allowed to talk about LSU baseball, but Zombie Bob is.
I didn't even know LSU baseball existed. So
The
I
best thing.
I certainly didn't know that they were this emotional about LSU baseball.
Yeah,
I told Zombie Bob 2 weeks ago, like LSU baseball fans, man, they're a little like they're the craziest of like the fan base. Like they get a little self-righteous on you. What other sport, Zombie, you would hate this? You probably have no idea. On the first base dugout, on the top of it, it says the greatest fans in college baseball. How do you feel about that? Although you might appreciate a good pat on the back.
Baseball is not my thing. LSU
Okay, so no comment. I didn't want to throw you into bear.
I mean, I'm not even trying to duck and dive or anything like that. Like, none of it makes sense to me. So whatever.
I mean, I'm an LSU baseball fan, but I'm not going to like threaten someone's life if they don't agree with me. So.
Zombie Bob, do you know this is the best part about Zombie Bob is he's Ignatius Riley and he is Mr. New Orleans and he is into that world and LSU baseball just doesn't exist in his world. So Zombie Bob, I have a question for you. Do you know that one year we lost in the Super Regionals and our fans gave a victory lap to the opposing team? Okay, so you did know that.
What year was that? I was probably still living on Long Island.
2012.
Oh, I had just moved back.
No, you had been back for at least a year because you were there in 2011.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Stony Brook. We also did that for a couple other teams too.
Houston?
I don't remember Houston because I wasn't here.
I think we did it for Houston too. But it all started, and people, and like, this is the best part, is like, I'm an idiot, supposedly, according to these people on not Tiger Droppings, on Twitter. But I could give you the origin of the victory lap and why it started. It started because back in the early 2000s, we had a massive rivalry with Tulane. Most famously, they ended Skip Bertman's career. So a couple years later, we're hosting a regional. We're the 1 seed. Tulane's a 2 seed. UNC Wilmington is the 3 seed. They end up beating Tulane in the regional in front of a semi-packed Alex box where the LSU fans turned on Tulane and adopted UNC Wilmington as their team. And so then the following day on Sunday in the championship game, it was LSU versus UNC Wilmington, and UNC Wilmington took LSU to extra innings. So it was all about the LSU fans gave them a victory lap because you beat our rival and then you took us to the wire. That's how it started. Not when you ended our season. That's just self-righteousness. Yeah.
So let's talk about the New Orleans Saints.
Well, LSU basketball. Do we have anything else on that, Chip?
Men's basketball. Yes.
Men's basketball.
People are on board now saying it's a possibility.
Wait, what's a possibility?
That Will Wade will be the next head basketball coach.
Wait. We were told by Baton Rouge traditional media that there was no way that was going to happen. Are they saying it now?
There's some people in the media that are now saying there's a chance.
It's almost like, holy shit, since January 27th, we've been saying it on this program.
No way. Not going to happen. Yeah.
So,
well, we'll see.
It all comes down to whether or not Will Wade takes the job. That's it. If he says no, we're screwed. If he says yes, he's coming here because everybody who's in power wants him, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get him.
Mm-hmm.
With the cost of podcasting equipment these days, a low threshold. But
I didn't know that was a saying.
But you know the saying that, like, if there were an infinite number of typewriters, I guess nowadays computers, with monkeys sitting there banging out, random words on there, that eventually you would get the complete works of William Shakespeare. That whole thing. So being the low threshold for podcasting equipment, that you throw enough stuff out there, sooner or later you're going to get a take that hits that we might be right about Will Wade and the powers that be behind the scenes wanting him back.
That is true.
But we went to you remember Remco, the Remco commercials, the pocket fisherman, and the inexpensive microphone. I mean, that's where I got my my mic and my headphones.
But remember the first microphone you had, Zombie?
I don't know where it is.
That's the one you had in London. And
This
so
isn't it?
That is it. That's the same one I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day, they were actually expensive.
No. I use green stamp coupons.
Zombie Bob buys top of the line everything. Now I looked this up today. So Zombie Bob, do you know this famous story about when Kim Mulkey was hired? That I was actually in support of it at the time, and I thought it was going to be a great thing. And some friends, Chip, one of them, dared me to buy season tickets for women's basketball if I was.
You had season tickets?
Yeah, for 1 year. So I spent $1,000.
2 years. 2 years.
Yes, 2 years. So I spent $1,000 a season just to prove a point that I actually cared. And so when I found out, I had no idea that podcasting what's the saying? I got tweeted. No, microphone should be
more expensive,
more expensive or something like that. So that exact phrase was tweeted to me 7 times yesterday. So apparently that's a saying. So I told Chip, part of me wanted to go find the most expensive microphone, like gold plated microphone, and just be like, hey, this is my microphone. I got the most expensive one. So that was me being petty. I didn't do it because they're actually cheaper than they used to be. So this one's more expensive than the newer model ones.
Well, like the price of TVs. TVs are dirt cheap.
That's what Chip said. Chip's
Daniel
TVs
won't
are cheap.
spend money on it, but
Yeah. So anyway, Will Wade, it's actually starting to be reported by legitimate media that it's going to happen because it was going to happen the whole time because Jeff Landry wants it to happen. And if Jeff Landry wants it to happen, he stacked the deck. He's got the president that was the president of McNeese. He's got Lee Mallett, who never wanted to get rid of Will Wade in the first place. Like, everything is stacked up for it to happen. Why is this a surprise to anybody? It's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. Will Wade will come here if Will Wade wants to come here. So, Chip,
cool.
Anything else about basketball before we turn it over to the Saints for Zombie Bob?
Let's go do the Saints.
All right. Can either one of you tell me someone that the Saints have signed in free agency?
The right guard for the Buffalo Bills.
Whose name is?
Something Dalton.
David Edwards.
That wasn't that far off.
It wasn't that close.
David Dalton. Starts with a D.
It starts with a D. So's your mama.
Oh. So what do you think about the Saints? Did they win day one? Mickey Loomis is back.
I'd say so.
I'm not saying one.
Oh, yeah, I did know they got Etienne.
I'm not saying they won day one. Clear-cut winner. They did very, very well for themselves. But I think the most impressive thing is I don't remember the last time that the Saints essentially self-scouted and looked at the failures from last season and then immediately went out and addressed those in free agency. Like, boom. They knew that left guard was an issue. They couldn't run the ball 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, red zone shit. They couldn't do it. The left guard was a huge liability. They went and got perhaps the best left guard available in the market, certainly one of the top 2 or 3. They went and got Travis Etienne out of Jacksonville, formerly of Jennings, Louisiana. I'm a big fan of Nick Underhill and Mike Triplett over at New Orleans Football. And Nick shared a tweet, not a tweet, but a text that he had sent privately to Mike Triplett back during, I guess, a playoff game for Jacksonville. And Nick Underhill essentially said, like, oh my God, like if the Saints could just get somebody like Etienne, it's exactly how Kellen Moore would use him, is how Liam Cohen is using him over at Jacksonville. And lo and behold, they went and got, you want to call him the second best, you want to call him the third best running back available in free agency. Now they're not backed into a corner at the number 8 pick. Now there's a lot of people that are saying that Jeremiah Love is not going to be there at number 8. But the Saints were linked to him at number 8. The Kansas City Chiefs were linked to him at number 9. But then Kansas City signed Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker out of Seattle.
Saw that.
So a nice big contract. So they must both be thinking this guy's not going to be there at number 8. So, but I mean, look, the Saints drafted Deuce while they still had Ricky Williams. They drafted Reggie Bush when they still had Deuce. They're not opposed to having that 1-2 punch in the backfield.
Wait, is Kamara still there?
We see that's an interesting topic there, Daniel.
He wants to retire a Saint, though. But
it's interesting that the
Etienne
Saints,
is the similar skill set, though.
a very similar skill set. But the Saints take so much hit with, oh, they didn't draft right, or, oh, they haven't had a good draft. They had a good draft last year. But as far as cap management and the manipulation of the cap and making things go poof, the Saints are like in the upper echelon of that ability. So there was some rule that they used for Alvin Kamara's contract that is really meant as a deterrent, the way that it's written in the collective bargaining agreement, but then they used it to their advantage. So they didn't cut him, but they have the ability to do so. They didn't trade him, but they have the ability to do so without any more negative connotations up against or implications against the salary cap. So there's some rumblings that he may retire. There's some rumblings that he may bounce. Like, who's to say? Like, if, say, Jeremiah Love is there at number 8, I think the Saints probably take him, because if he falls, well, you see, I mean, there's that opinion. Like, there is certainly criticism that the Saints miss on draft picks. Isaiah Foskey, Peyton Turner, going back a ways, Marcus Davenport, 2 number 1s when you could have had Lamar Jackson in that draft. But as far as the manipulation and utilization of the cap to your benefit, it's certainly that. But the Saints in 2027, Daniel, are you ready? You sitting down? In 2027, the Saints are going to be in the top 10 with availability in the cap. They're going to have the top 10 most space in the salary cap in 2027, when Tyler Shuck's still only in his 3rd year of his 2nd round rookie deal.
Yeah, that's because of quarterback. You have that quarterback room. Like that quarterback room in the salary that you're not spending when you're starting.
Well, you're not spending, but also you don't have any talent on this team. Yeah, you didn't have any of this talent. So you don't have all these big, I mean, like, was it 2019 or 2018? Like, they extended Drew Brees, Ramczyk, Armstead, this one, that one, like Michael Thomas. It was like 7 or 8 like serious guys that they extended. They don't have all of that right now on this team. So that's why there's no big contracts coming this way. But so you got a left guard starter. You got ATN, probably RB1. Even if you draft Love, even if you get somebody else in the 2nd or 3rd round at running back, he's probably RB1. Kamara's a little bit older and stuff, but whatever. Then they went out and got Noah Fant at tight end, tight end 2 for Juwan Johnson's running mate. A little bit quicker, a little bit faster. I think it's 8th year, 7th year in the league. Hasn't really hit his stride, but okay, an upgrade. And then today they replaced Demario Davis, Caden Ellis, prior Saints linebacker that couldn't get past Demario Davis into the starting lineup. So they let him walk in free agency, and he went to Atlanta, and 3 years of over 100 tackles. He's a very good blitzer. Younger, I think he's 31, but I don't think he started playing ball. I don't think he doesn't have a lot of mileage on him. I think he didn't hit it into the starting lineup at Atlanta until he was like 27. So still work to be done. You can probably get a defensive end to go opposite Chase Young. You can probably get a veteran wide receiver. They re-signed John Ridgeway as defensive tackle. Okay, nothing sexy, but some depth. So, I mean, and obviously in cornerback, because Alontae Taylor got paid in Tennessee with the Titans. So, I mean, very solid A grade, I would have to say, when you got a starting tight end. Well, let's see, number 2 tight end, a starting running back, a starting guard, a starting linebacker. Well, it's not bad. And going into the draft, and then you're just best player available all the way around. So, good stuff there.
Good stuff from our New Orleans Saints beat there, sponsored by the New Orleans Day Drinking Club, right, Zombie Bob?
Thank you. Yeah.
Any
Well,
plans?
we're gonna be drinking this weekend, Dan.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Any plans this weekend?
Loco. Oh, we got to talk about float loading, man.
I know.
Chip is up on that duty.
Sounds like it's just me.
Kite day for me ends at 11. So tell your boy, take his time.
I'm
right?
sure that he will.
Well, then that works.
You know, give me a time frame where I need to be there, because it's like I need to tell work.
I'll get our friend here in Baton Rouge to ride with me, Chip.
No, I'm saying I can help.
Are you bringing in reinforcements?
Yes. It's 90 boxes. How much are they weigh a piece?
You gotta just I'm saying, just give me a time and I'll be there, and I'll have it all done before y'all get there if you just give me a time.
So Chip wants to know, like, what all does this entail? And I was like, I'm pretty sure we got to bring 90 boxes that weigh between 25 to 50 pounds up into the attic, essentially, right?
We have access to a forklift.
Yeah, so it's gonna be raised up to me, dropped. I put the boxes in, shove that box out.
Yeah.
Next.
Pull it off the pallet onto the upper deck. Boom.
Knowing my luck and knowing me and Chip's luck in this situation, the forklift will break or something, right, Chip? So we need to have a plan B.
We have a forklift, so I mean,
right.
We can figure it out.
Hey, Zombie, do you know the story? I've told you this story before about one time, junior year or senior year of high school, Chip. The day NCAA football, the video game, comes out, like me and Chip, we finish football workout first thing in the morning. All we have planned that day is just play the new video game. Like, we've got an 8-hour window where we can just play video games all day, get McDonald's for lunch, just like live the dream for a 16, 17-year-old kid, right?
Daniel got it at midnight. That's what it was. You got it at midnight when it came out. It came out at midnight. You went to Walmart, got it. Or game, you got it early. I remember.
Did me and Branko get it at midnight?
You had played for like 30 minutes already because it was like mid or 1 o'clock.
You know what? I feel like it was me and James Reese.
That could have been it. I remember when y'all went to go get it, though. And then I was like, all right, I'll be there first thing in the morning. We're going to go
Maybe
work
it wasn't
out.
James. I don't remember. It was me and somebody. I remember that now.
Yeah.
But we went and got it at midnight. And so literally we start playing for 30 minutes.
Not even.
You know what happens? The phone rings. And I think Chip was even like, don't answer it. Don't answer it. It was the old man from the office calling the house phone. And so I pick it up. He's like, Chip there? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I need y'all to come to the office. I need y'all to move something for me.
It only take 30 minutes.
It only takes 30
the
minutes.
box truck story?
Yeah, we show up and there's a freaking 18-wheeler that me and Chip have to unload.
Then we had to go to New Orleans.
Yes. Then somehow we ended up having to go to the South Shore and unloading it there too, or something stupid. And so literally our entire day was wasted.
6 o'clock, and I had a date that night.
But he paid you $100 cash each.
No way. He didn't pay us anything.
I thought he bought you McDonald's or some shit.
Yeah, he got it. Kowloon.
Kowloon's a good deal back in those days.
I don't even know what Calhoun is.
It was a Chinese place that you could get a full like to-go box of Chinese food.
Oh, behind Liz's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
$5.95 to-go box with a Coke. Those were the good days, man.
The good days. The salad days, as they were called.
Hey, what did Andy Bernard say, Chip? You don't know. I wish there was a way.
Some way to know that you were in the good old days while you were still in the good old days.
Yeah.
Kowloon was the good old days. They had the best Mandarin chicken of my life. It can never be replicated.
I knew it was the good old days then. I had a pretty great life. I loved it. I think we just got another home run from Brown. Nice. Can I say that, or is that going to get us kicked?
No, you said something good, so you can say it, and only I'm not allowed to talk about LSU baseball.
You got us all in trouble. No, I'm just joking. I don't care. And then I did this for fun. Like this.
The quote of the night last night from Chip as all this shit's going down. And Chip goes, I knew this was going to happen one day, but I thought for sure it would be either me or Zombie Bob that would get us in hot water.
I thought 90% me, 7%, 9% Zombie, and then I don't even think I had you even as a percent.
I was the 1%, and the 1%.
Yeah, because we also had Nathan on Showtime, so there was a good chance he could have did it too.
And then honestly, like the worst I felt like was for Zombie Bob because he wasn't on the show. Like I can take the heat. Like people calling me out. Like you're either a fight or flight. And like, I'm going to stand there. I'm going to fight. You tell me I need to take the tweet down. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to double down.
Too. I got massively hammered too. I got like death threats.
Yeah. You entered the fray where you could have stayed out of it. And
yeah,
Chip entered the fray.
None of it makes sense. That's my whole thing. None of it makes sense.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I feel like if I do get killed over this, maybe y'all can sue. Like, because we know
life insurance, Chip.
I do.
Didn't you sign the Geaux Team as your beneficiary?
Yeah. We need to
Not
work
your mom, your dad, your sister.
You know how giving of him, man. He is. He's gonna give it to you. He'd give you more than he'd take. He'd be like, I don't really want it anyways. That's what my dad would say.
That's what my family would do. Oh,
listen, if somebody kills you, Chip, over our baseball takes, what we're going to do is we're going to start an animal shelter in your name.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Well, yeah, I know you hear her bouncing around.
We love the cats. Gigi's part of the program.
This is the loud one's ghost. She's a very thanks, G Moose. I appreciate it. I don't know why they hate us, man. They do though. It's crazy. We lost I thought they were friends. I mean, they weren't like.
We're not going to name names here, Chip.
No, I'm not going to name names, but I mean, I don't know that.
Even if you don't say friends, even if you just say friendly.
Yeah, they were really cool. I mean, I like all the people we met, but they don't talk to us anymore. They are mad at us. I got cussed out today by one of them.
Because we said Milam's overrated.
At the plate. You said at the plate.
Because I said it. You're getting cursed out.
Daniel used the word suck. So, but he meant sucking, which
I said everybody sucked in the lineup. We went. Do you want to go down the lineup? Let's go.
I heard the whole team was ass on fucking Friday, so or on Saturday. So that's the same.
I'm like, fuck that fat guy, Zach York. I said that too.
Yeah, he's not.
No,
fat.
so did other people.
I know.
What
I'm saying is I said these things.
No. But like literally, the narrative is now, support the team. I mean, I said bad things about Zach York previously, but now support the team. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're not
you know what I'm saying? Like,
if they continue to lose midweek games, midweek games don't matter.
Whoa, they do matter, Joe.
Until they start stacking up as losses, right? And then so what's a good score in the SEC? What's a good final 15-15, right? You're gonna host a regional probably, right?
Depending on the year, 16-14, you probably be better.
So if you're 15-15, you're going to have 12 more wins added to that. I mean, you're on that like cuff as you're losing all these games because you're gonna probably lose more midweek games now.
I still think that, and we said this at the end of the episode.
I think they're going to get better. I have all the faith. We have the best college baseball coach around. I have all the faith they're going to get better. He's going to find the right players to play, or the other players are going to start playing. It's going to happen.
13 you're in. The question for Chip is when you host, Chance.
Yeah, 13 you're in. I've seen 12 get into. We've seen that. But I know
Chet, you can't say this. Chet says all we have is Jake Brown. Might as well change it to the Fighting Jake Browns.
I agree, but I can't say that because then I'll get my family would get threatened. So and my friends, it's crazy. But if you did that to any of them, they'd probably call the cops. It's crazy.
I don't think it's that serious, man.
No.
I'm not threatening anybody over LSU baseball.
I mean, obviously it was tongue in cheek, but I was the first one to say, when they lost to McNeese, I said, Jay Johnson's not a serious coach. He doesn't run a serious program. He should be fired.
Well, everybody knew you were joking.
Well, right.
But the problem is mine was a little too close to the sun.
But then you were the first one that following Sunday after they lost to McNeese. You're like, this team is mentally weak. And that was spot on.
I posted that out there and it didn't go viral. Something about Miles
this one
hit, man.
Yeah,
likes by all those people.
So whatever. It's all good. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We were doing it before. We'll keep on doing it. We appreciate the tens of tens that like what we do. And that's it. That's fine.
Sorry about our rhetoric. Our what do they call it?
Inflammatory remark.
Inflammatory rhetoric. Okay. Jesus.
Right. You know what's crazy is they actually think I said that to like get a reaction. Like that's just how I feel. Like it was 5 minutes after the game. I'm tired of watching the guy jog to first base every time he hits a ground ball. And so in that moment, he's batting 250. He's supposed to be good. I'm pissed off. Like that's what being a fan is. We don't sit here and claim to be media people.
I thought we were. I thought we were media mongrels.
Well, that is the problem. We're like people think we're too legit, and we're not legit. And so, but like we're just sitting here giving our opinion, and like it's okay to have a different opinion.
Yeah, there's only, I'm just gonna be real. There's one podcaster that's legit in this sphere, right? And it's Blake. It's AYS. They're the only ones right now that are like absolutely legit. So
that's a good segue though. Like Chip, you and Daniel have been, I mean, literally, and I've said this on the pod before, and I'll show you my phone. I have Chip in my phone as brother Chip. He's not under C for Chip. He's under B for brother. I've known this kid for 100,000 years.
You knew me as a kid.
I knew him as a kid. I knew him as a snapperhead teenager when he and Daniel started hanging around. And Chip had the balls, as we've talked about before, to make fun of the old man in front of the old man. And we would have been petrified, me particularly, because I grew up with a different old man, different version of the old man than they did. But look, we've had Braden Fajoko on the podcast. I have his picture, his autograph, his helmet's right behind me that's autographed. He's my favorite LSU player ever. But like last September, he came on and I forget where Grace's is. It's from. Do you ever watch The Real Housewives of South Boston? It's a few clips on YouTube. It's fucking hysterical. But from
Jersey.
Yeah, well, but the South Boston ones are great. But like, graced us with his presences is what they say on there. But like, he came on. We were just a bunch of three slapdicks. We didn't have anything going on. But he came on. He talked with us. We did our research. My first question to him was, you had one career interception as a defensive lineman in college. How many return yards? And it turned out he laid out for the interception. It was deflected or something. He had negative return yards because he totally laid out. And he's like, oh, great question. We've had in no particular order.
That was his freshman year at Texas Tech, right?
Yeah. His freshman year. And I forget who it was against, but he knew exactly
Texas.
Who it was against. I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it was Texas.
We'll check. But then, but I mean, we've had Lon Phillips Sullivan on from LSU Odyssey multiple times. We had Jace Lejeune from Gridiron Football multiple times. We were fortunate enough that Carter Bryant came on from Power Hour. We were fortunate enough that one night Blake Ruffino was in the chat. And like, there's no way. Like, oh, hey, Blake, or whatever. And it turned out to be him. And he came on to the podcast. Like, I'm not dropping names to hide behind them or for them to provide cover. Daniel said what he said, which is all fine. Like we're not, we take ourselves, we're serious about what we're doing. We're committed to this format in the off season. We're not journalists. I mean, Carter even says that. And again, I'm not throwing names out there to hide behind them or anything like that. They were kind enough to come onto our podcast when we were just three slapdicks just having fun and say, hey, look. And then once you stack one, you're able to stack some more. So I alluded to this earlier when we were invited to go to a roundtable live stream at the end of January. I popped in to represent the three of us because we were invited, met this whole community of people, and I couldn't go to sleep that night. I was so excited. And I told Daniel the very next morning, like the one thing that I took away from that was community, and that we're all in this together. Go back and look at my personal Twitter feed. Like, I don't tweet to be funny. I don't tweet takes or whatever. Twitter is my all-encompassing information page. Everything I need is on my Twitter. I get accused by my significant other, my two daughters, that I spend too much time on my phone. Yeah, because I'm addicted to it. Like, I want to see what's next. When did the Saints score a touchdown? When did they do this? When did they do that? But like, it's all fantastic, but like, from that meeting at the end of January, we're authentic, man. This is who we are on the podcast. This is who we are afterwards. it's not a performance. Like we already joke about Chip, Mr. Excitement, how you doing? And this is us, man. So all of my interactions with those people that we met at the end of January that we've had on this podcast, who we've given a platform to, who we've supported on social media, that's authentic. That none of that is manufactured or anything like this. Daniel has a company. I'm old enough that I don't have to fucking work if I don't want to fucking work. And there's a couple of for fun projects that I'm trying to do and whatnot. But like we enjoy the fuck out of this. We enjoy bleeding purple and gold. We're entitled to our fucking opinion. But like that, an unpopular opinion, all of a sudden makes us toxic. And now you're either with us or with them. Like it's just befuddling given the nature of that round table live stream 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, whatever the hell it was. Like that one take about baseball when it's accurate about his struggles at the plate, and now we're persona non grata. Honestly, the last thing I'll say, it says more about you than it does about us. So, we enjoy doing this. We've been talking LSU sports. I've been called the crazy drunk uncle. Like we have institutional knowledge. I've been saying that for months and months and months. I started going to games in the 70s. Daniel and Chip know all about those games because they've heard the stories, at crawfish boils, at barbecues, during other LSU games, or doing other LSU sporting events. Like we thoroughly enjoy doing what we're doing. We're not so serious about where this is taking us. We don't have aspirations to be national or anything. Daniel's not giving up his day job. I mean, look,
I've said it a million times. I can't quit my day job.
Right. I've literally said this in conversations with that community. Like, we're fucking Brian Kelly, man. Not fucking him personally, but we're Brian Kelly. Like, we're a little hungry. But we ain't starving, because like we've paid our dues. I'm an older guy. Daniel's an older guy than some of these guys, certainly that. But, like, I don't see why it's a personal affront or now we're bad people because of one take about baseball when we've said
comical.
We've said all the shit that we've said on this podcast. So like, look, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Look, we got a lot of merch ideas where Julie and I did some shots from the float. Daniel's riding with me this Sunday on Metairie Road. I'm walking in Irish Channel. Look, come out there and find me. I'm the good-looking fat guy in a kilt. I have the best fucking kilt on the street. Come take a baseball hat back to my fucking head if I can't give a take about LSU baseball. If I'm not entitled to a take about LSU baseball, my brother or my other brother isn't. Like, none of it makes sense. So, whatever. It's all good. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We wish everybody else the best. And, we're entitled. They're entitled. That's all fine and good. But it's crazy. The friendlies, not so much friends, but the friendlies, and then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Fine. More time.
And what I don't understand is how are you and like, okay, so I said it. Like, how's Zombie Bob a bad guy? How's Chip a bad guy? Like, I'm the guy who said it. Call me a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, look, I appreciate it. Like, y'all are my brothers. Like, this is a family thing.
Why, when I thought that dude was threatening you today, is why I called him.
But like,
I mean, like, dude, I'm not gonna. That doesn't go well. He knows better. He knows.
Like, the funniest thing is, like, I never tagged that person. I never said anything about that person. I literally was talking to Daniel this morning, Chip. I don't know if we told you this. Remember when David Brown Dyke missed a field goal?
Yes.
85, 84, 85, something like that.
87 would have been his. Well, he missed a Mystic won in 88, and then he made the one that counted the extra.
No, but Onsparger was still there.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, 86 then.
86.
Ole Miss, maybe.
I remember Daniel's maternal grandmother was so offended because Onsparger like walked out onto the field. I don't think he grabbed his face mask, but like yelled at him, like got in his face and yelled and everything. And I told Daniel this morning, like, we need a grandma. Yeah, like we need a grandma sitting in the studio. And it's like, can we say that? No, he's a nice little boy. Like, don't say that. Okay, grandma says we can't say that. Like, that's what we need Mana in the studio. Like, oh, not you got to see the special man, like at Gustav's Dune Buggy Emporium in Pearl River, but you got to talk to Nana and see if we can say that or not. Like,
well, you know, when I was coaching at Mandeville, obviously the head coach had a temper, quite the temper.
You have to as a football coach, you have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when he would start to get going, you could just see, as assistant coaches, we could see it when it was about to happen. But maybe it was a situation where you knew something as an assistant coach that like one of your players was about, like something was going on behind the scenes, like that you knew. And so you wanted to calm down the head coach. We used to have a code word, and it was just cancel, 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 cancel. So anytime it was he was about to just
kill somebody,
cancel, 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 cancel.
LSU wins 8-4.
There you go.
I'll take that.
A big win going into Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt.
Team last year.
Biggest baseball fan on the planet in Baton Rouge, Daniel, right here.
Coach is jacked.
There you go.
He's jacked.
Yeah.
But no, go piggybacking on what you were saying, Zombie. Somebody told us you guys need to get canceled. And I thought to myself, piggybacking on what you said, Zombie, okay, who's going to cancel me? Who's going to, how are they going to cancel us? Okay. Like, I'm going to get fired from my job. Doesn't work that way. Zombie's not getting fired. And then Chipson, can I say, you would be the one doing the firing. You're in that department.
Yeah, no one's going to fire me. Trust me.
Yeah. So it's like,
literally kill somebody. Maybe not even that.
Mr. Spotify saw that on Twitter and was dying laughing. He's like, what the fuck are they going to cancel the three of you from? Like, you three are like uncancelable.
Don't encourage them, Daniel. Don't encourage them.
Cancel it.
They're going to all be like, hold my beer.
In the gulag.
Yeah. You can cancel my $150 a month I paid for all this software.
I think someone said earlier, like just
no, then who am I going to podcast with? Like, this is my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Society is so nuts. Like, I actually do think, who was it? I think G-Moose called them all commies. And it's true. Like, everyone is, and it's, if you're not on their team, they want to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nuts. It's nuts.
It's fucking LSU baseball, man. It's not that serious.
If you're on their team and you don't freaking go lockstep and jab with them, which no human should ever go lockstep and jab with any, because we're all different. So, but you got to fake it till you make it, right? You gotta act like, hey, yeah, the sky isn't falling. Well, sometimes the sky is falling.
Chance says y'all just need to go full shock jock.
Yeah,
that's what I do on Tiger Droppings.
By the way, we love Tiger Droppings. Yeah,
I don't even go near Tiger Droppings. I've said this 1,000 times. I don't have the PhD in Tiger Droppings to.
I don't believe you. Do you know that I always say, just like eating ass, there's only two types of people. There's people that say they don't go on Tiger Droppings, and then there's people that say they don't go on Tiger Droppings, but they do go on Tiger Droppings. Or they do go. I messed it up. People say they go on Tiger Droppings. People say they don't go on Tiger Droppings, but do go on Tiger Droppings.
I have never posted on Tiger Droppings.
No,
that means you claim you don't eat ass, and you really do. Is what Chip said.
You know that I don't. Go on Tiger Droppings.
Hey,
too funny.
Anyway, you guys rock. Thank you.
Yeah, no. This is us. So
this is us. We ain't going anywhere, and we're gonna keep saying what we said. And if you call me out, I'm not gonna back down. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I'm gonna double down on things.
But the funniest thing is, like, Julie calls me extra in real life. Is Zombie Bob a little bit more extra than me in my personal life? A little bit, but not that much. Is Daniel more of a troll on the Geaux Team than he is in real life? A little bit, but not that much. Like, this is who we are. Just like all of our interactions have been since the end of January. Like, this is who we are. We try to provide platform and a voice, and we're happy to do so. And there were those that were upset because of a take that wasn't all that out of left field. that space right behind shortstop. But whatever. It's all good. And but talking about Howard Stern, I used to live on Long Island. If you didn't know that, did you know that, Daniel?
11 years, Lynbrook,
11 years.
Valley Stream.
Like I would listen to Howard Stern.
What was the name of the bagel place?
Magic Bagels.
It was the cream cheese with like the raisins in it
and walnut cream cheese. Yeah. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. That's what it was. Cinnamon raisins.
Like on a Sunday morning, like during football season, with the New York Daily News newspaper sports section. Yeah, one side toasted, but one side with cream cheese, the other side with like a shit ton of melted butter. But they sold they sold that location, and it's not the same.
G says he lived by Ray Barone in Lynbrook.
Lynbrook, 100%. It's a Y instead of an I, but yeah, point taken. Yeah. Look at my boy G Moose. He knows where to dox me. So what was I talking about? Howard Stern. And actually just recently was like the anniversary of his movie Private Parts, based on his book. And when he finally got number one in his market, right, with WNBC, if you ever watched the movie, he was sabotaged internally. He was sabotaged by his station manager, and he finally got to number one. And the ratings, like, why do you listen to his show? And the people that loved his show said, we listen because we want to see what outrageous thing he's going to say next. And then the second question was like, all right, well, if you hate his show, why do you listen? And literally the answer was, we want to see what crazy thing he's going to say next. And the people that hated Howard Stern actually listened longer than the people that loved Howard Stern. Yeah. We're not Howard Stern. This is not intentional. It's not pre-thought out. Daniel and Chip were talking about a baseball game that had just concluded. We give you all of our information, all of our takes. It's just it. It's just, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Whatever your definition of the pursuit of happiness is. Like, that's it, So I think enough about that dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we Seattle salute it.
Secretariat, baby. Secretariat, greatest horse ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and just if they only knew about our takes about Harvey Weinstein.
Movies were
Where's
better.
The legal disclaimer, man. I don't even have it.
Chip just goes, the movies.
I'm not saying I
better.
wasn't around, but like, why can't we be honest? Like, movies suck now. If actually, the Nuremberg, I have watched the first.
Oh, actually, I want to watch that.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Good.
Well, actually,
I think Harvey Weinstein's secretly out of prison. That's why.
Chet, we do not agree with that statement.
God, what a gangster!
Legal disclaimer.
That had to have been in the military at some point.
Right. No, actually, wasn't Harvey just on the news? Like he was complaining about life in Rikers Island, and it's a hellhole for him. And even when he does get to go out to the yard for an hour of recreation, everybody's hitting him up for money and give me the name of your attorney and how come they're not representing me. I think I just saw it recently, last day or two.
Shouldn't have fucked over the Jews somehow. I bet you did something to them. They got you.
So anyway,
watch what you say about the Jews.
I'm missing Oops.
Oh, we're good. I miss
Oops. Probably got banned.
You think?
I didn't.
See, that's the beauty of us. Like we didn't even ban Oops back in the day.
I would watch.
That's how fucking inclusive we are.
I would.
Right.
That would be one person I would watch die over and over obsessively. I would have that on rewind. It'd be my one thing I watch every day before I get up in the morning.
We going in the day.
Whatever way he goes.
Hey, we're unaffiliated now. Zombie.
Aboard.
We can say whatever the fuck we want to say again. We're unaffiliated.
That fucking motherfucker.
Fucking love G Moose. G Moose. I'm gonna go get a G Moose tattoo right here, baby.
Daniel forgot to log in for his Oops account. I mean, that's
fair.
I only use 2 passwords, and Chip's already doxed it. Don't say it again because now there's people that actually hate us. So
what was Oops running, buddy? I always forget it.
K2 push to start or something.
Yeah, K2 push to start.
K2 push to start. I forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
But right, even when they were in here, we're like, hey guys, thanks for the interactions.
Yeah.
Death to your mother.
But God forbid you have a take that the majority of people don't agree with.
Right.
The thing is, a lot of people agree with it. I know that.
Oh, there were so many people that were telling me on the side because like the avalanche happened. And so then because it was spearheaded by a couple of people with some decent followings. So like they started the avalanche and then there were people telling me that they agreed with me, but they couldn't jump in and they didn't want to catch the avalanche. So
Sure.
Great shortstop. Not great at plate. He's not.
Who wins with Milam? We do.
Oh, somebody got pissed when after he got a hit on his first at bat. I sent like a "you're welcome" thing.
Uh-huh.
Like you can't do that. You can't claim that.
Why? Why?
Well, we still root for him. We're still
Is that against the the rule book? I thought that if you were on Twitter for a certain podcast and for a certain amount of time, you got the rule. You got the rule book.
Shout out G Moose. He did jump in head first, and he joined the avalanche.
So it's all good. It's all good.
All right,
So,
gentlemen, we'll be back.
What else?
On Thursday.
Thursday night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be back Thursday.
Same
And
time.
then,
same
I
place.
mean, who's going to sign? How many more players are the Saints going to sign between now and then?
I don't know. I'm excited. But so does this discount? We're not going to get love for sure. Like that's probably.
I
fine.
think if Kansas City and the Saints both sign top tier running backs,
somebody said they're already taking him early.
I mean, he had a phenomenal
Fantastic.
combine.
Yes.
I did hear somebody say in the Saints Twitter world, podcasting world, that the Saints had concerns about Love's character, but I that was the first person that ever said anything about that. I didn't see or have heard anything about.
What I think that's telling you is someone before the Saints has already said, "Hey, we're getting this guy if he's in front." So
Yeah.
you got to start looking forward. I do like the people that I've seen that they're going after him. Like so, we're gonna do fine.
I mean, like sitting there at number 8, man. I mean, if I don't want the number 2 or the number 3 wide receiver at number 8.
No,
I think
right?
there's going to be enough guys available. I do not want an offensive lineman at number 8. You can't draft a guard that high.
No, you go linebacker, right? Linebacker, safety.
I mean, if Downs is there, although there's concerned about his knee. I mean, if Sonny Styles is there, I mean, holy shit, you know.
Listen, you got the right guy, the right coach in place. He's going to get the right player.
Stanley's.
Zombie, you know what that means? Chris Stanfield's back.
He is back. He made a little catch out there. It was good to see him. I think he got in the base too. I think they.
Yeah.
Glad to see that he's back in action and healthy enough to do so.
You got to let him. You got to let him just get back slowly. I mean, he's going to have some time to get back. I think he'll do it though.
A couple things before we go. Chance, the plan is not to burn down Twitter before we back on Thursday. There was too much to keep up with, man. And then G Moose wanted to know, is Chip Show going to be back next week? Yes. We just didn't know the temperature this week. So we didn't want to throw Chip out there.
Yeah, I have a bad temper, so if you do throw me out there and they catch me at the wrong time, I've worked on it a lot.
Yes.
And we're very proud of you, Chip.
And G Moose said earlier, crawfish cook-offs.
We're doing them.
March 21st.
March 21st. I
Marrero.
probably will be out there later in the afternoon. We have float loading that morning for the Veterans Boulevard, Louisiana Irish Italian Parade on March 22nd.
Yeah, because you can ride with Rocky from St. Rose. Right?
We're riding with Rocky from St. Rose. So
Because he's on the team.
He's on the team. And so we'll live
Chip's
stream
on the
from
team.
there. We'll live stream from there on the 21st. Then again on April 11th. No,
April 12th. It's a
Also,
Sunday.
on the
in
lake
Mandeville.
front. And then what's the one in May in Baton Rouge?
May 2nd in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
So
Any other ones we may pick up along the way? We'll let you know.
no, I'm full
You're full?
this cycle.
3 is full.
3. I need to bring home a first place.
Okay. That's our mission.
That's our mission.
So we'll let you guys know about that. April 10th.
Do you want to
we're
guess
still-
the dis and nats?
No, I don't want to give anybody any company.
He doesn't fucking listen.
What if somebody else is listening? All right, what's the this and that?
So we're going back to the jalapeno popper, but it's going to be stuffed and fried. Stuffed jalapeno fried.
Stuffed with crawfish?
stuffed with crawfish fixing, cream cheese, wrapped in bacon. Breaded, fried.
Yum.
That's number one. Number two, because we get 2 entries because we're boiling 600 pounds of crawfish. We get 2 entries. Crawfish bread.
Nice.
How you baking it?
No fucking clue. It's not my avenue. I got 20 people on the team. Everybody's got assignments in different groups.
Somebody's assignment is to run home and pop it in the oven and come back with it?
No, you know those outdoor pizza ovens that
the little Umis or whatever they call them?
They run off of pellets.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do it on. That's what we did pizza last year. Got second place with pizza.
Okay.
So they're doing crawfish bread, and there's a couple of different ways.
Do they ever change up the judging or the judges? No.
Yeah.
Right. Because they have a particular taste that they're looking for with the crawfish. It's why the same teams win every year.
You can either try to win there. If you're going to play the game, you might as well try to win the game, right?
Sure.
So it's the same thing with cooking crawfish. The recipe that I use might not be the best recipe to like eat crawfish in your backyard, but it's gotten 3rd place and 2nd place in 2 different places.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
Like I like Rocky from St. Rose's crawfish, probably better than our competition crawfish.
Mm-hmm. But his doesn't play for that judging.
His doesn't
audience.
play for that. Yes.
Right.
His plays well for his is excellent.
Right. In the backyard.
Yes.
Right. I hear you.
So.
I hear you. I hear you in everything.
So that's kind of the thing, fried or cheesy, something cheesy, crispy, because the judges are the same, to your point, for this and that.
Right.
Cheesy, crispy. Those are the things.
Right.
Nice. I'm excited about all that. And let me know the time so I can know when to be
6
there.
a.m.
No, Chip, we have different groups and they can get there at different times.
No, I'm talking about
their
stocking.
jobs.
I'm talking about stocking the float. Just let me know where I need to be. I'll be there.
Friday.
Even if it's me. I'll be there. Just let me know.
Zombie, I got to send you my my
Venmo?
I guess my message.
No,
I do need Venmo.
Venmo.
Yeah, just tell me how much. Text
Okay.
me how,
I got to drop a check off tomorrow for over
or I can bring you a check on
$8,000.
Friday.
I don't
For
think
how
I'm
many
gonna see you on
$1,000?
Friday. Tomorrow's check is $8,000 for veterans. I got to drop that off. That's the 40 people on that float.
$8,000 worth of produce.
Mm-hmm.
I'll write a check.
My girl Wanda loves me so much because you know that Rocky from St. Rose's sister-in-law has a float in the Veterans Parade.
Did not know.
She has her own float of 40 people. And when she went to the den to pick out her float, Wanda said, "Ooh, you cannot grab that float. That's for Zombie. That's Zombie's float." I'm like, yeah, back off, bitch. You know what the name of my float is for the Louisiana Irish Italian Parade on March 22nd on Veterans Boulevard, Metairie, Louisiana?
Your mom and them?
No, better.
Your mama's ass?
Sasquatch's Cabbage Busters.
There you go.
That's a good one.
All right. I think Chip got bored with us at this end here.
No, I didn't. I just heard from an old friend about something.
Just grab some gloves. Bring some gloves on Friday. It makes gripping
Sure. Yeah, I got
easier.
All
right.
All right.
All right, gentlemen.
Always a pleasure. Hey, Chance, Chad, G-Moo, Pizza Queen. Is that her name?
Pizza Queen.
Pizza Queen.
Pizza.
All you guys.
Go Mahal 2026.
Absolutely. Mike from Pot of Gold. Appreciate
There was
you
a
walking in.
Brandon somebody in there too.
Yeah. So always appreciate you guys.
Brian Ballard.
Sincerely appreciate the time and energy that you put into us and put up with us. And hopefully we'll see you Thursday night.
And good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Wherever you are.